What's up, family? I had an idea, and a very good idea, and I'm going to talk and elaborate on this idea that came across my mind just a few seconds ago. The planet of the coons. The planet of the coons. See, we have a large amount of Negroes in the Negro sector of YouTube. They're not who they say they are. They don't even know who they are. Let me break it down in some essence. Here you have people that talk about white supremacy, and as soon as they disagree with somebody, they go and ad hominem attacks. I'm not going to mention no names. It was two ladies on this panel and a male, and they went in on this chick because they disagreed with her ideas when it comes to race. And she had dreadlocks, like I have dreadlocks, and they went in on her dreadlocks. Right there, they lost credibility because some of these people I do listen to, they lost a little bit of credibility when they done that. You know, keep it on a professional level. If you disagree with someone, you disagree. You don't have to go into childish ad hominem attacks like back in the school days or something. So they talked about her crown, and it's disrespectful because dreadlocks is spiritual, whether you know it or not. It is a spiritual aspect of naturalism when it comes to our heritage as black melanated people. Moving right along. Now, coons is taken out of context. A coon is the one who defends. Listen to me now. A coon is a person that defends the white supremacist narrative, ideology, and it's like a religion to the coon. They worship the ground, the male Anglo-Saxon and female Anglo-Saxon. They worship the ground those people walk on, the melanated coons. A coon is the one who shoots up his community. The coon is the one who exploits his women, demean his women. A coon is the one that want to make money the easy way, but it's the death way, meaning that it's short-lived, meaning trapping, selling stuff to his people, giving poison to his people, and pimping them out. That's your coon. A coon is not an intellectual brother. A coon is not a brother or sister that's Ivy League, and that is in the sororities and knocking down these scholarships. That's not a coon. Those are the very people we need to be conversing with so they can get this ball rolling within the black community. Now, it's a catch-22. Now, if they turn a blind eye on the black community, now they fall in a category as coons. They're educated Negroes, but they don't keep it real. You know what I'm saying? They educate. They got the education. They got everything that goes with it, but they don't want nothing to do with the black experience. They want to be like a non-melanated race. Now that is a sellout. That's a coon. That's a buffer Negro. Okay. Shines. Okay. So when you have these intellectual people that do that, they're coons. They ain't there with the rest of them. Okay. The planet of the coons. Anybody who want to dress European, anyone that want to look like a European, coon. You want to look like a European? As Tommy say, Negro pan, you're coon. Because that's low self-esteem. Why why are you not satisfied? You should be satisfied the way God made you, but unfortunately, some of these people are not satisfied the way God made them. And in turn, that's a coon, meaning that you lack confidence. You have no self-confidence in yourself, and you trying to emulate, duplicate, and imitate someone else's culture and bask in the sun of their culture, but not yours. See, when you have black folks that they don't want to identify with their forefathers, their heritage, their ancestors, everything they got to do with the lineage of us as being as being black folks, excuse me. If we don't, if some people don't want to identify with that, well, shit, that's planet of the coons. You know what I'm saying? They coons. See, y'all have to. That's why I'm chopping it up with y'all, because y'all have to really identify this issue I'm talking about. There's a lot of people's channels are getting shut down, and there's a lot of people false flagging. There's a lot of people that deserve it. There's a lot of black folks that don't. There's been a lot of confusion on. That's why I don't get caught up. But I sit back. It builds my arsenal up. It builds my artillery safe up, my ammo and everything, so I can fire shots back onto social media. As far as my commentary is concerned, I gotta load my automatics up. I gotta get me some drums. I load my drums up, 100-round clips and all that, so shots fired, so I can shoot back with my commentary. Now, you have constantly. Every now and then I'll do a response video or I address someone or call them out in my dialogue. But I want you to really take a large view at some of these melanated so-called content creators that keep constantly. See, that's when they lack creativity. When you got to keep constantly putting prominent, big platform, melanated YouTubers in your title, that means that's showing me you can't formulate videos, without adding their titles, their names, or the name of their channel. I'm talking about the various YouTubers that have large platforms, and you already know, once you put someone big name in the title box that's a content creator, you're gonna get views. It's clickbait. But that shows you have no originality, and you low seated. That's how some of these people turn to trolls. Then it turns to trollism, and then they get so caught up and get so obsessed with these people. Then they go on a smear campaign and make up lies and stuff like that. It gets to a point. That's why some people don't have a life outside of YouTube, and that's addiction. And there's a lot of melanated brothers and sisters spend too much ample time up on this platform, ain't getting no money out of it. Going to Facebook, going to Twitter, going to Snapchat, going to Periscope, going to all the various social media networks to harass and smear people's name, dropping docs on people. All this foolishness instead of doing the right thing and a positive thing thing. So there lies coons. They're coons. They're sellouts. Some of these people are paid agents, but it's just like I said, the planet of the coons. And they're not for the black experience. They're for either they self-hatred to themselves, or they are, how would I say it, patsies and the scapegoats for white supremacy. So y'all have to really look at this situation as content creators. Because there's a lot of people, they're not for the real. They're not walking in the truth. They walking in fire. The planet of the coons. How about that? The planet of the coons, not the apes, the coons. How about that? You got women too. Same thing. You got women anytime. Let me tell you something. Anytime you got black women, black men, vice versa, bashing each other, you automatically coon. You're a coon. you're a coon because you're engaging in hating your opposite sex, and it's constantly. That's like the biggest thing. If it ain't swirling, it's bed witching. Bed witching. If it ain't deadbeat dad, it's apes. If it ain't apes, it's niggas and negroes and all the ad hominem attacks. If it ain't that, it's white supremacy. It's black supremacy. You know, no solution. All madness. All dysfunctional ways of thinking. And when you can't change it for the better, you automatically, in my book, you're a coon. You're not for the advancement of the black race. You for the advancement of destruction, not reconstruction, destruction. So there lies your coons. Now, I'm about to shut it down in a minute, so I ain't gonna hold y'all this long because it don't take me this long to dismantle these idiots I see, in social media reality and the reality in the real world. Okay, and that's what I see. You have people that never been popular in their existence as they still living in their social life or sexual life. They never been a go-getter, so they get on here and put on a facade. They get on here and try to be someone they not because they have no life outside of social media. And it's sad. It's a big world out here, fam. Sometimes you need to take a rest or a hiatus and go get you some fresh air. Get the fuck out your confinement and try to do something with your life. I mean, especially if you ain't making no money on here. If you ain't making no, top dollar or you ain't making a couple G's every month due to your social media content. If you ain't making something that you can buy you a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom apartment if you single, you know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying? If you ain't making no big chips, you wasting your time. I don't see the purpose. And that is your social media coons, family. You call them trolls and all that. I call them the Planet of the Coons. They just want to disturb. They want to cause hell. They want to cause havoc. And it usually all comes down to this. It's their fault. Their life. They put their life in their own. They put themselves in their own hell, to speak. So they want to, misery loves company. They want to get on here and fuss out people and cuss out people and act up. And then in turn, people, report the legal channels. They go through the proper legal social media channels as far as YouTube is concerned. And then they get these people flagged and 3 strikes you out and get their channels kicked off because they're idiots and they deserve what they get because they should not be up here harassing folks. I thought this whole thing, as far as the Hotep community and the conscious community is concerned, I thought this whole thing was about self-empowerment and advancement of the black science and the black melanated, sciences, as far as us trying to make it in America, due to all this crime that's going on, all these people getting slain. Now we got they trumping up charges on him, talking about some sexual magic and cult. It's sad, man. It's every day, especially celebrities are feeling the heat, man. Whether he's innocent or not, man, it's this man's history, repeating itself again. So I just chimed through a couple videos and stuff, and to see him up there again, caught up in some fiasco of sexuality with young females and treating them got a harem or something and treating them like slaves, man. That goes to show you if the allegations is true. If they consented to it, then that's another story. But we don't know. You know how the media twists and everything. Twist and people jumping on social media trying to get views and all that. R. Kelly this, R. Kelly that, and all that. Okay. See, if you're not there, if you're not in the act, you'll never know anyway. My thing is this. Here we go again. Another black face plastered all over the goddamn media. And the whole world is looking at this black man. And then they looking at us as black men. This is another smack in the face. And see, people, let me tell you something. When you in the limelight and your name rings across America as a recording artist like R. Kelly, and you are a melanated brother, don't you know that affects us too? That is a reflection of us. Because he put his name out there years, made all kinds of hits. You remember, this guy writes too. He's a ghostwriter. Some of the R&B artists, he wrote their whole albums. You know what I'm saying? The LPs. Some of the people singing them songs, R. Kelly was the author and the writer of those songs. So he's a ghostwriter too. The guy's phenomenally talented, but he has a deviant issue. Let's put it like this, he's a sexual deviant. Okay. When he got caught up in that first thing, now it's a problem. It's a problem. It's a mental problem. And it got to be diagnosed, or it's gonna destroy the man. And it's sad, man, to see that brother, go like that, because he can have any kind of woman he wants to, but that go to show you. That's how the mind is a tricky thing, folks. It's a tricky thing. But let's get back, because I don't want to, get into that, because that's just a side note, if you will. I don't want to get into that, because everybody done went into it. That's, leave that right where it's at. Let's get back. So I'm just identifying and giving you the proper definition of a coon. A coon is a black person that sells his own race out. He talk about his race. He or she don't like the skin they in. They try to be like someone else because they can't stand their race, and they can't stand what the black race stand for, but they are black, and that's a mental. Coons are mentally ill, and that's the diagnosis. And anytime you see this stuff go down like this on social media, it gives you a clear case of how America and within this world, some melanated people are totally distraught. This is why I do these videos, so I can stir up the pot, if you will, and try to get your minds thinking on a positive level. And don't fall into coondom, So that's my take on that. So peace out. The Planet of the Coons.